Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Candace. I have some roses that I want to plant today. I posted a video a couple weeks ago where I got a bunch of yellow and red roses for 75 cents. If you want to check that out. Unfortunately, I don't know which is which because I cut off all the blooms and I've been waiting for them to bloom again, but there's only a couple that have red blooms beginning to show, and it's starting to get really cold, so I want to get them in the ground before it gets too cold. So we're going to go ahead and plant them today. I don't know if they're red or if they're yellow, so we may have to do a little flip-flopping next year, but it won't be a huge deal. If you can see the little white tags, I plan on starting back here and coming up around this tree, going behind that one, and then up around this tree, kind of doing like a drift, because although the trees won't be here next year, I do plan on putting a large structure like right here in the middle and then right here, and then planting some other plants in between them. I plan on doing a cut flower garden next year, and I'm thinking about planting some of like the dahlias and maybe some of the peonies or ranunculus in the landscape as well, because I don't know how many, I'll be able to sell. So if I have a huge amount of flowers that I don't think I'll be able to sell, depending on how I've been selling previous weeks, then I think it would be a good idea to have some of them in the landscape. That way I don't have to cut them if I don't feel like I need to. And I feel like they won't really be like a waste. But for today, we're gonna just do the roses. Let's go grab the roses and start throwing these things in the ground. My husband and I just bought this property this spring, and we took out all the shrubs and rock that were here pretty recently. And I just done a video talking about a little bit about that, how we planted these trees here just temporarily until we kind of got our landscape designs nailed down, because this property is kind of like a blank slate. There's no trees. There's nothing. It's just grass except for this bed, that bed, and then one around back that had some shrubs and rock in it. But I want to have lots of flowers, and I want to be able to easily pull things out and, throw other things in if I feel like changing things up. And it's really hard to do when there's a lot of rock. So we removed that, and we are going to just have just regular soil here. But we got the trees here just temporarily because, well, it was the only ground that was somewhat soft and workable, and we were kind of in a pinch for time. So we just went ahead and put them here until next summer, or until next spring. Since I have 3 roses that I know for a fact are red, I think that I'm going to put one of them in the back there, one of them in the front here, and then the other in the back there. I know that I got a lot more yellow than I did red, so I'm hoping that's the only red ones I have left. Like I said, if we have to move some around next year, it's not a big deal. All right, we got all of the holes dug now. Got my son helping. You can see just how clay this soil is. It's extremely hard to dig in. There's so many rocks from when the house caught fire. Well, there's a lot of rocks, like those little pebble rocks from where they covered it with rocks. And then there's a lot of like large pieces of brick and like pieces of the house from where it burnt down. And I guess they just like threw some soil on top of the rubbish. I don't know. Go ahead. Come on, muscle man. Watch it behind you. Alright, so now that we got all of the holes dug, I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons per hole, mix that into the dirt, and then we will start putting in the roses. Alright guys, so as you can see, it is getting really dark already. Also, I'm running into issues, like my son had stepped all over the dirt that we took out of the holes and compacted it back down. So I'm having to break that apart, and then like the wind has blown some of the grass clippings on top of it, so I'm having to get all the grass out of it. Alright guys, we're all finished. I have a little bit of a mess still to clean up, and I need to kind of like flatten out the grass and even it out a little bit. But other than that, they're all planted. You can see we start back there, we come up, we go back behind there, and then we come back around front and then back to the back again. When we get these trees out of here, I'm thinking about putting my limelight hydrangea right here. I plan on getting, right here. I plan on getting a limelight or little lime hydrangea. And I think that will look good off to the left a little bit, because even though like that's the center, we have that window on the right. So I don't know, I may put it over here to kind of block the window, but that's going to take many years. I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I just saw on someone's channel the other day, they had like a 10-foot limelight, and I was like, I didn't even know they could get that big. But hers was like 10 years old. But anyways, I'm thinking about putting a limelight over there on the left, and then I do plan on getting a couple things that have like winter interest, or at least one thing, since this is such a small area, and then just filling it in next year with just all kinds of things. I don't know if I want to put my peonies over here, or my gladiolus over here, or the ranunculus over here, but I am going to put one of the bulbs that I ordered over here. I don't know, that may change. If you guys have any suggestions, again, leave them down below. Well guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.